Hi everyone, Phil from Tech for Techs here. Today we've got this X3 2U stylish TWS music earbuds. They're by Edifier and they retail for $39.99 and we have links in the description just below. Before we go on to the main video, if you would do us a favour, click that like button, subscribe, click the bell as well. And that way you'll get notifications of new videos and live streams we do. Again, doing all these things helps support the channel, and helping to support the channel allows us to release more videos, better quality videos, and more content exclusively just for you. Okay, we're looking at the Edifier 2U series. It's the X3. In all honesty, if you look at that front of the box, it's really hard to understand what it says or what even the product is. Unless you know what Edifier is or what the brand is, you probably won't realise that it's an actual audio product in that if you were walking by. So in all honesty, the box may look okay, looks a bit like sort of a jewellery case or something like that, gives you limited information on there, but unless you really look closely you'll probably struggle to figure out what it says. On the back of the box it does give you a bit more specifications about the Bluetooth and everything like that, so that's good, but obviously again it's sort of a cream on a blue background, so it doesn't pop the easiest when trying to read, but it does mention things, for example, like the Bluetooth is version 5, the audio codec is a Qualcomm XPTX SBC, and the effective distance is 10 meters. The earbuds should last around about 6 hours. The charging base holds around about 18 hours. Charge time for the earbuds is roughly 1.5 hours, and the case is roughly 2 hours, and the charging port is a Type C, and the frequency works between 20 Hz and 20 kHz. And as we said before, the recommended retail price for these is roughly around about 40 quid. Okay, so this is what comes inside the box. It's quite well packaged. You've got individual compartments for the actual charger, the earbuds, and then the accessories, which is pretty nice. But then again, once you've taken them out of the box, you'll probably never use the box ever again. Anyway, you've got a manual there. Only 2 pages of that manual are actually in English. The rest are all different languages. Would have been better having a QR code, which would have taken you to a manual on their website, which would have given you more information, because more than likely you're going to be using these with a smartphone anyway, which means you'll have the option of scanning the QR code. Even if you're using a PC, you should be able to do it that way as well. Right, let's go down to what else we've got. We've got a charge cable, so this is a USB Type C to USB Type A. The USB Type C plugs into the charging box or the case there, and the USB A would then plug into either a PC, laptop, or a USB charging port or plug. So that's pretty straightforward. And then in this little plastic bag here, you do have, I'm just going to have to rip it open because it doesn't open easily. You have another 2 sets of ear innards, is probably the best way of calling it. So these are the bits what you would stick inside your ear. The different sizes, so depending on if you've got big ear holes or small ear holes, you can then swap them out with the ones what are on here already. These ones just pull off, and then you just push those ones on. It's as simple as that. So that's pretty much most of the items in there. Let's take a closer look at the earphones and the actual charging case itself. Okay, as you can see, we've got the charge case here and the earbuds. These are supposed to be dark blue according to the box, but it looks more like a powder blue to me, if anything, or a pastel blue. It doesn't really look dark. They look quite light, but again, maybe depending on how you look at it. Now, obviously if you look at it in the dark in the night, then it might look a bit darker, but in the daylight it definitely looks more pastel colour. The box itself, you can see here, this is the charging box. So what you do is you charge this up with the USB cable, and that then works as a battery backup. So when you've got your earphones inside, so let me make sure I get the right one in the right side, that one in there and that one in there, that box then charges up the actual earphones. So then you can basically take this box around and do whatever you want, go on holiday and so forth. And then once you want to get your earphones out, you just pull your earphones out of the box and, well, obviously put them in and wear them and away you go. And when the battery does run out on them, you can put them back in the box again and it will charge them back up without having to plug in the USB cable again. Obviously, you've only got so many times you can do that, but it's still an advantage rather than having to take a USB cable around with you everywhere. And then when you do get somewhere, you can plug the USB cable in and it will charge up the case again and the earphones if you are low on power. So it's pretty straightforward. So the earphones, just as you can see, there's two little pins inside, and on the bottom of the earphones there's two little metal plates which obviously make contact and charge each other up. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, for the earphones themselves, or the earbuds, they are dark blue, powder blue, or whatever you want to call it, and they're pretty straightforward. There's not much on there to really see, to be honest with you. The inner ear parts, which obviously fit to your inner ear, are the same colour as everything else, that special dark blue. And then you've got basically the little button on the end where, depending on how you tap that button, it then does what you want it to do, from answering calls and so forth, which tells you more about that in the manual, even though there's only a couple of pages in the manual in reality. Okay, for the rest of this review, I'm actually using the microphone built into the X3 2U earbuds, so you can actually hear what it sounds like, or at least what the other person would hear if you were talking to them via the microphone when doing something like a call or gaming or whatever with it. So from my initial experience from testing it, it sounds okay, probably a slight muffle in there, and it does pick up a lot of the surround sound in the room. For example, every little tap and creak of a chair it seems to pick up. But saying that, it picks up your voice pretty well and the other person can easily understand you. What this does excel at is the sound quality. It completely excels at it. For the price point, I think the sound is very, very, very good. There's a nice bit of bass behind it as well. Brilliant to listen to music to and stuff like that. Gaming, yeah, it gives you a bit of bass for that as well, but in all honesty, if you're playing gaming, I prefer a proper headset what go over your ears. But again, this will be more than adequate. The only negative I can see about this is the marking it as a dark blue, which, well, I can't see how they could make it any lighter blue, to be honest with you, because that's the lightest blue you can pretty much get before it turns white or grey. So that's the only real negative, is the colour. I was expecting more of a darker, something like a dark sky blue, or maybe even something like a sea blue or something like that, but it's actually a very pale or pastel blue colour. So, but other than that, the earphones actually sound very good. They do have another colour option as well. I think it's pink or some variation of it. So obviously if you prefer that, you can go for that colour as well. Everything sounds fine. Fits in my ears straight away. Didn't have to change the earbuds or the actual bits what go in your ear holes. Everything sounds brilliant. If it's lacking anything, it's basically the controls on the ears. You only get a few different options, which includes answering a call, pausing, playing, previous track, next track, and voice assistant. It doesn't give you options for changing volume or doing many other options what you can get with some. But then again, for this price point, they sound brilliant, and most of those options you can do on your phone anyway. And in all honesty, a lot of the time, do you need it to do 10 million different things? All you want it to do is be able to hear what you're listening to, and obviously the person at the other side of the call, if you are on a call, is able to hear you, and it does all those things with ease. So I'm going to definitely recommend this product. Thank you for watching this video, everyone. It's really appreciated you made it all the way to the end. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and even click that bell so you get notifications of new videos and live streams. It does help support the channel, and supporting the channel basically means that we can release more content for you and also better quality content going forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.